My twin brother saw me betray him. A week later, he was gone. I, 21F, have carried a crushing weight of guilt for years. Sometimes it feels unbearable, like a shadow that never leaves me. I keep asking myself the same question over and over again. Was I the reason my twin brother, Matt, ended his life? Matt took his own life during our junior year of high school. Even now, our dad is still searching for answers. He replays scenarios in his mind, clings to theories, and tries to piece together what must have triggered Matt. He's landed on the idea that Matt was bullied and just couldn't handle the pressure anymore. That's not entirely wrong. It's part of the truth. But deep down, I've always believed there was more to the story. And the part one play in it is something that eats me alive. Matt and I were twins, but we weren't close. People always assume twins share an unshakable bond, but that wasn't our reality. We were different in so many ways, and though we shared a roof, it often felt like we lived in separate worlds. The one thing we did share, though, was struggle. Our mom had been in and out of a mental institution since middle school. She suffered from paranoid schizophrenia, and that tore apart what little sense of normalcy we had at home. Our dad did his best, working long hours, sometimes double shifts at the mall to keep us afloat. But even his strength couldn't shield us from the cracks forming around us. Matt was a gentle soul, almost too gentle for this world. He was awkward, quiet, and withdrawn. He developed a stutter in the 5th grade, and that one difference became the target for endless cruelty. His classmates mocked him, imitated his stutter to his face, and slowly, he lost every friend he had. By the time we reached middle school, he sat alone at lunch every single day. I'd watch him from across the cafeteria, his head down, picking at his food, and every time, I wanted to sit beside him, to protect him, to just be there. But I never did. I had my own group of friends, my own social life, and I lacked the courage to step away from that comfort. I regret that more than I can ever express. Then something changed. In 8th grade, Matt met Adam, the hot new guy my friends couldn't stop whispering about. To everyone else, Adam was charming, tall, and handsome with his easy smile and striking hazel eyes. But to Matt, he was more than that. He was his first real friend in years. For the first time, I saw Matt come alive again. I remember catching sight of him at lunch, sitting with Adam, laughing so hard he nearly choked on his food. It stunned me. I hadn't seen Matt smile like that in so long. Soon, Adam was always around. After school, on weekends, even in the middle of the night sometimes, I'd hear bursts of laughter through the thin wall between our rooms. Their friendship was constant, and though part of me found it annoying at times, another part of me was grateful. Finally, Matt had someone who saw him, who didn't mock him, who made him feel like he belonged. But life has a cruel way of twisting things. One night, I came home from a party. I was drunk, not blacked out, but buzzed enough that my judgment was clouded. My dad was working his usual night shift, so the house was quiet. I staggered into the kitchen for water and noticed the living room light was on. There was Adam, lounging casually, those hazel eyes locking on mine. I'd always thought Adam was attractive. Tall, tan, perfect bone structure. The kind of guy who turned heads. And in my impaired, reckless state, I let one bad decision spiral into the biggest mistake of my life. I don't even remember exactly how the conversation started, only that it blurred into flirting, and before long, we were tangled together on the living room couch. And then it happened. In the middle of everything, I felt the air shift. I turned my head, and there he was, Matt, standing in the doorway. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He didn't even speak. He just stared. A long, blank stare that pierced straight through me. A look I can still see when I close my eyes. A look that will haunt me until the day I die. Then, without a word, he slammed his bedroom door so hard the walls shook. Adam tried to go after him, knocking, calling his name, begging him to open the door. I told him to stop. I told him Matt would get over it. And then, this is the part that makes me hate myself the most. I went to bed. As if nothing had happened. No guilt. No remorse. Just silence. A week later, Matt was gone. When he first disappeared, Dad and I thought he had run away. He had done that once before, hiding at the library for a day when things got too overwhelming. But this time, he didn't come back. Days passed. Then one afternoon, I came home from school to see 2 police officers in the living room. My dad was on his knees, screaming and sobbing in a way I had never seen before. The sound of his grief is burned into my memory. One of the officers pulled me aside into the kitchen and broke the news. Matt had taken my dad's van and driven to the lake across from our school. He had shot himself inside. My world collapsed in that moment. Everything blurred. The officer's voice, my dad's cries, the neighbors gathering outside. All I could think of was that blank stare. The night on the couch. My silence. My betrayal. And now, years later, I still ask myself, was it my fault? Yes, Matt had been bullied. Yes, he had struggled for years. But I can't shake the feeling that what he saw that night was the final straw. That I was the one who pushed him past the edge. This guilt is my shadow, and I don't know if I'll ever escape it. So, was it my fault? Please excuse my grammar. Writing this was painful enough. I couldn't bring myself to reread it.